Stay low.
They're very swivelly.
Hello skaters, today is a weird one. Today was something that actually made me afraid. Well, made me afraid of looking stupid. I switched to a 5-wheel frame, the Endless Arc CS by Rollerblading. So this is it. It's a 5-wheel, so I assumed that there would be some real teething. Maybe the frame would be too low to the ground because they're smaller wheels. Would it be too long? But I did look into it before I got this, and it was almost the same length, or basically the same length as my last Endless 90. So yes, putting it together was kind of weird. My brain couldn't get around the fact that you've got a 76, a 68, a 76, a 68, and a 78 here. It's a very strange configuration, and yeah, someday I'll pick their brains about it. So it sounds odd, but because of where these holes are set, how high or low they are, it comes out as a fairly flat setup. You'll see a bit of a rocker with the setup that I'm in. I chose, there's two different kinds of bolts. I chose the silver bolt, and I put it on the setting where the dot is down, meaning that I get a very subtle rocker. It's the number 2 rocker, number 4 being the most extreme. So I took this out on the street, and I didn't even film when I went out. Initially, I filmed when I got to where I was going because I thought I was going to look like shit skating to wherever I was going to be skating. And I was a little bit sad that I would be seen skating substandard to the Bentway. Wow, it's just incredible, my ego, and how I hated the thought of looking clumsy, but they were great. I felt really good on the way down to the Bentway initially. It took me a while to get a nice power stop, but the clearance is great even though I've got a small wheel. There is a little extra clearance here, as you can see, and that is necessary not to get boot scuff for me on the power stop, and I appreciate them building the Endless Arc CS just for my power stops. But as far as the city skate, it was very swervy. I found myself being able to maneuver in very tight spaces and not worry. In the rink, I had some hairpin turns, tighter than even my 4-wheel skates. So that was very odd. I expected these not to have quite a good turning radius. And the concept behind these, if I'm not mistaken, is that they wanted more of an ice skating experience for rollerbladers, and I got it. The pure side of figure skating, that stuff that I was floundering with on the ice this year, it felt really good on this. And there were even a few things that just started to creep in accidentally without even trying. Things I don't even really want to learn, but flicking up on the toes and using your toes during transition. I mean, the front wheel. But yeah, I found that creeping in, and maybe I'll see a use for toe rolls. Toe rolls. Sounds like something you'd serve a guest you don't like. But yes, a very positive experience in the street and in the rink. I may revert back to my Endless 90 for the street because they just cover the ground so quickly. But the acceleration in these was really good. So except for the long flats, there was no downside to the Arc CS. And yeah, they're so agile, I almost feel like I could play hockey. Well, I do feel like I could play hockey in them. So a little amendment on the stride on the flats. I did find that at top speed I got a nice use of inside and outside edge, even though they track outward quite quickly. There was a double push creeping in. It felt pretty good. On the sprints I was completely blown away. I broke an old record by 1.5 seconds. I definitely would not have bet my best effort would give me that. Shows what I know. A very pleasant experience on my Arc CS Endless frame. And as always, I'm doing the action shots on the Insta360 X3. I never miss a shot with this camera. The Steadicam's amazing too. So the curb crawling was immaculate. The carves felt so smooth and easy, and I was moving laterally very quickly. These are great for city skating. Yeah, so that's it. The Arc CS 5-wheel frame did not make me look stupid. I don't know if that's a good catchphrase, Brad. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, and hit subscribe, like, and I want to hear what you think of the 5-wheel revolution. Yeah, Tell me if you're 5, 4, or 3 and why. Only Endless could get me on a 5-wheel frame.
Stay low.